Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger, and it's time to take a look at a build for Master Yi, playing him in the jungle because he is very good at clearing in the jungle, and you can lane him too. Not much is different between the two, but we're going to go ahead and play him here today because of his awesome ganks and because of his awesome clearing and other things like that. So, start it over at blue buff, get a smite list from your team over there, then head over to your red buff, take that right away, so you are able to gank pretty quick and you'll be level 3 pretty fast as well. That's what I like to do, at least on my jungling path when I am playing him and most of my junglers. What we do at level 1 is we do take a point and put it in our Q ability, which is our Alpha Strike, which if you don't know, we're going to go ahead and cover abilities a little bit. And Alpha Strike, what that's going to do is you will be untargetable. You're going to hit the closest 4 enemies, and you're going to deal physical damage, and then plus 100% of your base damage, or whatever your AD number is. So you're going to do 100% of attack damage on top of that. It will scale as the game goes on, and it can also critically strike, dealing 60% of attack damage as bonus damage if you have some crit chance. So that is something it can do. Whenever you do standard attack, it does reduce its cooldown by 1 second, so it will refresh a little bit quicker that way. I've tried maxing out his Q and maxing out his Wuju, which a lot of people like to max out because that's his E ability, and that is going to give you increased attack damage passively based off a percentage of what your attack damage is, and when you activate it, you're going to deal true damage for the next 5 seconds on your attacks, and then while it regenerates, you don't have that bonus attack damage until it is back up. You'll get to see your sword glowing when it is. But I've gone back between both of these, and they're both really good, but I actually do like to max out his Alpha Strike first. I like the base damage, and that's why we're going to build a lot of base damage early on when we are playing Master Yi. And then, so we're going to max out our Q first, then our E, and then we're going to max out our Meditate last, which as we know is what's going to heal you and kind of block damage a little bit while you are healing yourself. You're kind of beefed up a little bit. So that is what that is, and then you have your Highlander, which is your ultimate. When you activate that, it reduces the cooldowns of your other abilities by 18 seconds on kill or assists, and then when it's activated for 10 seconds is how long it's up, and you're going to gain movement speed and attack speed. And we're going to go ahead and activate that when we come in here for a little bit of a fight. Actually, we can't yet. We're level 5. Now we're level 6. But we're going to meditate, or we're going to Alpha Strike over there and pick up a quick assist. And Vars is going to pick up the kill, which will help him out. I haven't been able to do too much ridiculously awesome early ganks. We did try a few things. Now we have Ezreal and Yi moving in. I'm going to try to get over here and stop the Yi. He's going to tower dive a little bit, but I'm going to kill him real quick, and then we're going to focus down on the Ezreal, which our Alpha Strike came back up because we had our ult activated. So it was instantly cooldowned and refreshed, and we were able to use that again to deal some more damage. So whenever you do get a kill or an assist, don't forget that you can reactivate most of your abilities. So just something to pay attention to. Now, early on in the game, when we were back at base, we did pick up just that Razor and our boots to help clear, pick up a little bit of armor, which is nice, and then our boots, obviously, to move around a little bit quicker. And this last time we were back at base, we picked up a pickaxe and then a longsword. Like I said, we're going for base damage fairly early on, and that is what we're going to concentrate towards because it's going to help us with a few early items, and it's going to help whenever we come gank. When we come in with that Alpha Strike, it really is going to hurt them a lot, and then when we go to activate our E, we'll get a bit more true damage off of that early on. And we'll address attack speed too later coming up, but for now we're going to go for damage. And I've tried this both ways, and I like it just with the damage more. So when you do get a 1v1, you're just going to hit a lot harder. Here we're going to come in, we are going to use our ultimate, and we're going to move in with the Alpha Strike. We're going to go ahead and tank the tower too, get over to her, we're going to hit her one more time, finish her off, and just run out of turret range, and go back while we are in this bush, just to make sure we get out of here before somebody else sneaks up on us and tries to kill us. So gonna pick up a Vampiric Scepter this time while we're back at base, and a little bit of attack speed, so we're gonna keep going with the build a little bit. But like I said, those are your abilities. You can always max out something differently if you want to for your playstyle, if you want to max out your Wuju style, or, I mean, if you want to try something, well, don't try anything else actually, either that or your Alpha Strike, but I think Alpha Strike is better, personal opinion. Gonna come up here and come up for a little bit of a gank. We have Udyr actually coming back to his lane from River, so just kind of a opposite gank. And we're going to use everything we have again to just kind of kill her and take care of her. And nothing too tricky there. She was not going to get away. We could have Alpha Struck again as well. So, going to keep working on ganking. Right now, a lot of people would say that he's a bit strong and he might receive a nerf. Whether or not that's true, I think a lot of people used to think Master Yi is overpowered beforehand anyways. I don't know. He's not really a super skillful champion, and he offers no crowd control, so he really isn't super viable in certain aspects of the game. He's tons of fun, and if you do get a lot of kills with him, he's hard to shut down because if he gets so far ahead, you're just going to kill people with, you know, so much of that damage. There's a gank when everybody from mid and the jungle shows up, so everybody was in bottom lane, and that's going to happen, unfortunately, but that is part of the game. You're gonna die, as I will say in this game. But we're back at base because we're dead, and we're going to go ahead and keep continuing with the build. We decided to pick up a little bit of crit chance, which will help with that Alpha Strike now, so we do have the opportunity to deal some bonus damage since we do have crit chance now, and that's just something that we're going to, you know, work into the build. Having some crit chance in there is obviously going to be great for the Alpha Strike, and just when you're fighting them like this. So, going to get into a little bit of fight with her. Their Master Yi shows up too, but I'm going to go ahead and just work on the kill for her, and I will die to him and that tower shot mostly, but she'll actually get the kill. And a little exchange there. Too bad we did not have really river warded at the time. Maybe would have reconsidered that initiation, but at least I picked up a kill while I was getting killed as well. Still working towards our first item. We'll get to that in a second. We're not there yet because it's very expensive, but it's totally worth it. But when I am jungling him, or if I'm going top lane, I actually do take the same runes and masteries. I don't really worry about survivability in the jungle because he survives fairly well anyways in the jungle. But what I'm going to do with my masteries is go with the 2190 page, and the 21 is going to be in the offensive tree. And you're going to get everything in there to help with attack damage and attack speed, and then 9 in defense to just give you a little bit beefier stats early on. Going to move over and pick up just a quick kill on Thresh. He did exhaust me, but as you can see, when you do have your ultimate activated, you cannot be slowed. You can be stunned, so you got to look out for stuff like that, but you cannot be slowed. So slows won't have any effect on you, so it's always funny when they do exhaust you and they expect you to not be running quite as fast, but you just keep coming at them anyway. So that's one nice thing about his ultimate. It does kind of make you on hyperdrive and you're all fast. So, but like I was saying, with that ultimate, I did mention though, it is up for 10 seconds, and you gain, I think at max level 3, you get 45% movement speed bonus and 80% attack speed bonus. And that's just really nice. So here we're going to actually move in on to the Nidalee. Going to move over here. We're going to Alpha Strike to her, which will leave us at her position. And we're just going to hit her a couple times. She will heal, though, so good job her. Right when I get out of the line, when the line breaks, I'm going to heal myself in case just an extra shot would about kill me. That could help block the damage if you need to use it for that. So then we're going to lifesteal off of these as well. That last time, though, I was back at base. We did pick up a BF sword, so now that really is helping with our damage. It'll help us push towers really quick, too, if we need to do that. And whenever we hit people, it's going to hurt a lot more. So that is one good thing about that item. If you can't tell, that pickaxe, that BF sword, and that crit chance is going to be built towards an infinity edge as our first item, which I like a lot because of the damage and because of the increased crit damage and just the crit chance as well. So that's what I like to do with that. We're going to move in over here and kill Thresh real quick since Thresh just finished off our Udyr, and we're just going to get out of here after that. But just try to make sure that the Thresh didn't get away, showed up, and secured the kill. And yeah, then we can start working towards this dragon, which don't forget to take dragon, obviously, when it is up. Keep that warded, which right now it's not, but we knew we could take it real quick because we had the presence on the map where no one else was over there. So, gonna head back to base now and finish off that infinity edge because, like I said, that's the first main item we are going for, and then we are gonna start building towards our Blade of the Ruined King, which is great. I know some people like to build this on him immediately. I don't. I do like the attack speed it gives you. That's nice. I will agree with that. And then it's passive, or it's active. I mean, when you can slow people with it, that's always good for chasing, but you don't really need that because you do get fast when you use your ultimate. And that's one reason why we're not going to get it right away. Also because the base damage on it is pretty pathetic, and that really doesn't help with any of the rest of your kit. So that's why we're going for damage early. Currently just trying to murder Nidalee with our Nidalee. And yeah, all that fun stuff. So, gonna work over on Thresh too. He probably could kill us here if he actually standard attacked me like twice, but he's gonna flash away and then grab Nidalee for fun, and she's gonna flash at God knows what for what reason, and I don't know. So, that's what's happening there. But we did finish off our boots as well, which we're gonna just go with attack speed boots, obviously to help with all of our attacking and to get a lot of attack speed as the game continues to go on. That is one nice thing. Also, just pick up a quick kill there too as well. Nothing too fancy with picking up some of those kills. But yeah, that's what we're doing so far. Now, as for our runes, there's a few different choices you could really go with that would be viable. Attack damage marks, pretty good stuff to go with if you want those. You could always do armor pen if that's what you have. Also, crit ones wouldn't be horrible if that's what you're really going for, a full crit build. Those can work. I have seen it work. But I'm going to go with attack damage just for the base damage, which is nice, and it'll scale really well with all of my abilities too. And then for your seals, going to go with armor seals, pretty standard stuff there, especially in the jungle. It's going to help you out just from not dying to buffs as easily. Then we're going with magic resist per scaling glyphs, just for a little bit of defense there. And then for our quintessences, you can either go with attack damage quintessences or the movement speed quintessences if you're in the jungle and you really want to get your ganks going really, really well. But with Master Yi, it's not as much of a problem because of your ultimate once again. So you could always go with life steal quintessences, which are very nice when you are in the jungle, because then you just get a little bit of lifesteal when you are attacking and just a little bit better survivability. So it's up to you what you want to take for those. I would personally recommend for Master Yi the attack damage or the lifesteal ones, but like I said, it comes down to what you're comfortable playing with. Not this time back at base, but the last time we did finish off that Blade of the Ruined King, so we started getting some attack speed and a little bit more damage and some lifesteal. This time back, we have a Tiamat, and we're going to start to build towards our Ravenous Hydra, which will definitely help out with base damage, which will scale really well once again, because it'll give us a lot of base damage. And then it's going to give us even more lifesteal, which is never a bad thing. And then it's just going to have its passive and its active on it to help us out with kills. Here, they're going for Dragon, and I'm kind of trying to distract them a little bit, so they can stay away from here. They're killing Thresh over there too. I'm going to work on Ezreal and kill him. I was hoping to kill both of these guys too, but I unfortunately barely die right before I kill Nidalee, and I would have refreshed my Alpha Strike and killed then Vire, hopefully. But I at least got a kill for that, and they're able to pick up Dragon without the rest of the team coming back to kill them. So kind of a decent distraction while we picked up that Dragon and got gold that way. And I wanted to push my luck with Master Yi and see how far I could take the madness. So that's what we were doing while we were doing that. Now we have got that other Vampiric Scepter that will build towards that Ravenous Hydra. At this point, though, I'm going for damage, like I said. When you do use your ultimate, you do get even more attack speed that we've talked about. So a lot of people like to rush Phantom Dancers immediately, which is decent, but I don't think you need all of that attack speed instantly. I like to go for some of the damage. That's kind of the main theme that we're going for. So the Ravenous Hydra now is finished. It is good to go, and now the murdering can continue. Now, at this point in the game, you have 2 slots open for items, and I will give you my recommendations on your last 2 items. You can really go a few different ways. If they're stacking tons of armor, that will really slow you down a little bit. Last Whisper is going to be the choice that you're going to want to go with. If they're not, and you just want to keep building fairly normal, I'd say consider picking up a Phantom Dancer or a Static Shiv. That's kind of a personal preference. Phantom Dancer will probably help you out just a tiny bit more, and all of that nonsense. Now here, they're going to kind of get a little separated, so I'm going to work on Thresh real quick before anybody gets over here. And I'm going to go ahead and take him out real quick, then work on Nidalee, keep the Alpha Strikes coming because of the refresh, and it's going to refresh again, and I'll use it on the Ezreal and kill him for the triple kill. So you can always keep using your refreshed ability, like your Alpha Strike, to keep them guessing when you are fighting them like that. So just remember, if the ultimate is activated, you can kill them and murder and then refreshing and all that fun stuff. So that is just something to consider or to remember to make sure to use those while you are team fighting. It really does help save Master Yi while you are fighting. So that is just something to remember. If you don't remember that, you're probably going to Alpha Strike, maybe get a kill, but then you might get blown up immediately. So just remember about the refresh and the continued use of Alpha Strike. So, for those final items that I was talking about, we went over and we said the Phantom Dancer or Static Shiv, both really good options. And then a Guardian Angel does go a long way for a little bit of defense, and then obviously the ability to come back to life. If you wanted to get a Frozen Mallet instead of that, it would help you with a little bit more defense as well. And then you could just get that for the awesome slows. But that's going to be the Yi build. They are going to surrender right now because we are just too strong. But this is the new Yi. It's fun. Give it a shot and try this build out. You'll have a lot of success. And I'll see all of you in the next build video. Coming down bot, going to check my ult and deal a lot of damage to a handful of them and help them kill that Thresh really quick. Volibear is getting low now. I'm going to use that little knock-up to get Jarvan out of the way. Kill him before he can usually do something to Volibear, but luckily Volibear got healed up real quick.